Hi everyone, I'm on here again. I am Osandoli Lanyati Uchechuku and I'm an English teacher in Nigeria. So I currently handle English in two schools. I teach English in in one of the schools. I handle English from SS1 to SS3, and then in another school I handle English from JS1 to SS2. Take a deep breath, breathe in. Yes, it is demanding. We can all imagine. But I'm searching for money. And I have quite a number of responsibilities. But that aside, so this is going to be a bit controversial. I want to talk about my colleagues, the English, other English teacher. Um, I know that we are custodians of, or more like secondary custodians of the English language, but I believe that we can do better. This is going to extend to quite a number of persons, the supposed diction instructors, the elocutionist, the phonics coach, and the phoneticians. So I have noticed some level of disparity or discrepancies with, across different methodologies and how the kids are supposed to be taught. So before we proceed any further, I'd like to mention that in the English alphabet, there are 26 letters, which are called orthographic symbols. In all of those letters, all of the letters have names. Just as I have a name, my name is Lilanyachi. My sisters are Oluchi, Machi. We all have names. I'm not saying oh boy or girl. I don't see all of my students and say, oh, you fat girl, you tall boy, you dark skinned girl, you tall man. I refer to them by their names. So every letter of the English alphabet has a name, and the names are A, B, C, D, E, F to Z. Now they have a standard way to be pronounced because I've heard quite a number of things. Some students would say, we recite it as the A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y Z Y Z Y Z Y Z. Now there's a standard there is a standard to knowing how to pronounce this. If you're an English teacher and you know phonemic transcription, when you transcribe the letters, you'd see that some are stressed, some have diphthongs, like the A is a diphthong, a closing diphthongs. So sorry if there's a call, I had to pause it at a time. So the letters all have names. So the first letter is called A, the fifth is called E, the 26th is called Z. That's in British, and then for Americans it's a Z. So if it would the letters are supposed to be recited as A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z or Z, whichever you choose, and not the A B C D. Then some of my kids would say H, H. Some would say O. O is just one phoneme. You're supposed to say O. It's a diphthong there. You're supposed to glide from to oo, O. O go. So then for H, you're supposed to say H and not H or H. And for R, you're supposed to open your mouth like the R. It's a vowel there. So you're supposed to say R, cast, vast, last. We do so many elocutionary drills to practice to master this. And then, we recite that. They have their sounds, their primary sounds. A word in a letter in English can have more than one sound, because the A in cat is different from the A in wasp, and it's different from the A in coal. They're quite different. So I've heard, some of my students say quite a number of things. Aside, the H, I said that when I was younger, but now that I've grown, I've made researches, I've attended classes, I've attended courses, we've realized that you have to pronounce a word the way it's phoneme. You have to pronounce a word you have to pronounce a word the way it's transcribed phonemically or phonetically. Phonetically can be quite advanced, so we say phonemically for the level of the kids. So a child told me, I taught a girl one time in the past, and then she said the letters are she got to A B, so she said hers is A B C D E F G H I J K L M O N E Emma Enna Ope, and I it was very, very funny because there is no Emma, there is no Enna, and there's no Upe in, yes, she said Upe, there's no Upe in the letters. What you have is M, N, and O. Then there's no Emma, Enna, or Upe. There is no Arrow, there's no Arrow. Now we're in Nigerians, and there can be some lots of disparities. So I give grace to my kids because many of us are Akwa Ibom, Igbo, Yoruba, and there's going to be some level of grace given. So I tell my kids to pronounce them accurately. So I believe that with constant practice we can help the kids get better. So people might say, but you have an accent, but you speak somehow, and all of that. Yes, but at the same time, I'm one Igbo. Whatever, sorry, but no. So I tell my kids that it's important that you learn your native language. It's going to be a very different topic when I talk about native language because that's a different topic altogether. But in the meantime, please, your letters are to be stressed. Your letters are to be stressed. But in all of this, please know your native language. Please speak your language. Please teach the kids their language. And teachers, please do not tell them that English is superior than their language. There is no language that is superior than the other. I teach English, but I'm a proponent of students and children speaking their native language. I am the greatest advocate for my language. I'll let you guys decide where I'm from. But yes, I want children to speak their language. I want kids to be better versions of themselves. Life is not just about academics. Life is not just about going to school. Yes, it exposes our mind. It's tremendously, important that we go to school. The advantages cannot be overemphasized. But at the same time, let's not strip them of their ethnicity. Let's not tell them that English should be learned so heavily that they no longer see their native language as part of them. So please, English teachers, this is for us. We're doing the best that we can. We're doing a great job. We're doing the best to keep the kids, to make them better, to communicate better, to be fluent. But life is not just about fluency, it's about identity. I want the kids to be able to identify which in whatever ethnicity they're from, to speak their native language, to know where their local government, to know the language is spoken, to be proud of their meals and delicacies, their traditional, delicacies and cultures that are not, that do not, encroach into evil, or that are not evil. So yes, let's tell our kids the truth. I'll talk about this this ethnicity, this speaking of English and our native language, and how that affects the kids. But for right now, there is no Emma, Enna, Ope. Learn your letters, and English teachers, I'd like for us to always make researchers. There are videos on YouTube that you can watch. You can get better with practice. But let's teach the kids. Remember, it is H, not ish, not H, not ash, not ish. It is H, A for age, Ch for church, H. And you have your go, so low, and not O, and not O, and then you have R, car, last. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.